My name is Michael Ahmadzai. I lived in Afghanistan until I was 12. Then we were forced to leave the country when the new government took over. So things were pretty insecure. And I really felt the need to be able to defend myself. I grew up in fighting and in civil war, and I never had the chance to go to a martial arts school by myself. I was really impressed. I didn't know that something like martial arts ever existed. And that's when I was basically introduced to martial arts, looking at Bruce Lee. So I started making up my own techniques like kicking, punching, and what would happen was I would make up a technique today, and then after a week or two, I would see it on TV in some movie, and then that's how I would get it confirmed. It sounds funny, but from that moment on, I felt like martial arts just became part of my life. I was looking for a good master to learn martial arts from. He's a great master. He's a great teacher. He has a good understanding. You know, we try to act more as friends when we're, learning.
He showed me a lot of discipline, a lot of loyalty. The attitude he had was always wanting to learn.
After I left Afghanistan, I thought, violence is going to decrease. So when I went to India and even in Canada, countries like this, you can still become a victim at any point of time, day or night.
I teach people, the weaker person, the person that is not as assertive, I teach them not to be victims.
When I say attack first, it doesn't mean that I go and pick fights with people. I'm talking about situations where I have no choice. Training in a violent way and non-violent way, they teach you about the two different things in martial arts, which is, the violence and then the peace that you have. At times I hurt myself and I hurt the dummy, but the dummy can't cry. It's up to us to control inner conflicts. You don't need to be a martial artist to have inner conflict. If you want to use it in a violent way, it is pretty deadly, and that's why you can't have actual sparring, full contact fights in it a lot, because people end up disabled or death or something like that, or permanently injured. Bruce Lee once said that it is compassion rather than the principle of justice that will keep us away from being unjust to other people. One is defensive push kick, where you're going back and you stop them.
The most important thing in martial arts, I believe, is not the act of punching or kicking or grappling. Martial arts is all about promoting peace.
I represent Sikunam in different colleges. I'm an instructor assistant. I never think of it as a master and student relationship. I'm there to share the art that I have. It's totally up to them to learn it and practice it and use it at the right time. When you know how to fight, it's really dangerous. You don't want to hurt people. You're learning it to be able to defend yourself.
I can teach a student how to win a fight before they even enter the ring by the way they walk, talk, look at their opponent. Attitude. You can teach a whole martial art just on how to deal with people. Use my experience, I use my knowledge. I don't tell them what to do. The way I teach him is I'll ask him questions. I let him live his life.
Don't come here. Stand right there because a master in China. Somebody came to learn from him, learn kung fu from him, and the student was eager to, get his black belt. He said, "How long is it gonna take me to, get my master's or my black belt in kung fu?" And he said, "Maybe 5 years or something." And then the guy says that if I train 7 days a week, like sort of like 24/7, how long is that gonna take me? And he's like, "Well, 10 years. Every time I tell you that I'm gonna train harder, you tell me that it's gonna take longer. What's the point there?" So the master replied, and he said that when you're focusing on the goal too much, it's like you have two eyes, and one eye is focused on a goal, and the other eye is, doing the thing and focusing on at the moment. When you don't have satisfaction with what you're doing, you're not in peace with yourself. The best thing you can do is to know yourself and be yourself. Remember the emotion part of it, okay? But it's not going crazy, like you're not angry with him. My whole goal is to act as their best friend, to be able to make them, help them be good people in the society.
A couple of times when people have come up to me and they wanted to start a fight, I sort of learned how to control my emotions more. This has shown me that if you come to a confrontation, then you can have the confidence inside that you could fight and you could win.
It teaches me how to be confident, not only when I'm in a fighting situation, but in normal life. In 10 years, I'll see myself as a student of martial arts. Regardless of what I'll be achieving, I'll still be a student, and I'll try to learn more about myself and about the system and about what's out there.